what's going on? If you have $150 in the bank account right now, you need to stop this video and go out there and apply for a job. That's right. Don't think about it. Don't hesitate. Stop the video. Go on your phone and look up jobs and apply. Nonetheless, in this video, I'm going to give you 6 powerful things you can do to make sure you're not in this position again. But before we get into it, hit the subscribe button so therefore I can give you wonderful content just like this. So number 1, you have to do an audit of your finances. So what's an audit? So you gotta just understand your income and expenses. So you gotta understand how much money you make each month. And you gotta break down all of your expenses over that month. We're talking food, we're talking housing, we're talking transportation, medical bills, childcare, whatever it is. Write it down, put it all down on a piece of paper. And then from that point, you can really see if you have a net income or a net loss, right? So in this video, we're going to break down ways you could avoid having a net loss and try to increase the amount of money you make each month. As we move along here, you really want to increase your income at the end of the day. I mean, the expenses are always going to be there. I mean, at the end of the day, look, you wake up, a bill is due. I mean, it's bills everywhere around this joint. I got bills. It's bills everywhere. So you got to really understand that the bills aren't going to stop coming in. They're always going to keep coming in. So you got living. We're talking rent, mortgage, right? We're talking food. We're talking healthcare. We're talking transportation. We're talking any expense that you need to live, you got to have those expenses. Now, depending on what city you live in, your expenses can vary. Your expenses may be higher living in New York City or lower living in Arizona, let's say. So, depending on where you're at, you can make your expenses maybe more or less. But at the end of the day, you're going to have expenses. That's why I like to focus on the income side, because the more income you make, you don't have to worry about the expenses so much. Everybody says you got to cut costs and cut costs. I get it. Cutting costs is vital, but you can only cut costs so much before your lifestyle is compromised. Everybody want to go out there and have a drink every now and again, or go on a vacation, or spend the weekends with their family. No one wants to work 80-hour work weeks for 10, 15, 20 years. Let's be realistic. We only got one life to live. So ultimately, I remember when I was in New York City, I moved here, and I worked 3 jobs. I did. I was a real estate broker, licensed real estate broker here in New York City. I did retail leasing for 6 years. And that was from 9 a.m. to, let's say, 4 p.m. I had to be at my other job, which was at a restaurant, from 5 to 2 a.m. And I was a runner. I was a food runner. So I was taking food from the kitchen, bringing it to the floor, making about $700 a week. After that, I worked on the weekends too with my friend. He had like an Airbnb business. So I would help him check in gas, clean sheets, organize the place. So I was making a few dollars on the weekend too. Not only that, I was able to close my first deal in real estate. It took me a very long time to do it. I made like maybe $5 or 10 grand. With that money, I was able to buy my own apartment. Plus I saved about 10 grand. So I had about $20,000 saved. Got my first apartment. I slept on the couch. And then I was able to rent out the other 2 rooms. And I continued to save my money. That was the way I increased my income. There are many ways you can increase your income. You have to figure out a way to invest the money, the little money that you have, back into yourself to increase your skill sets. So let's say if you're a manager and it requires further education, maybe you can invest a little bit more money back into furthering your education to increase that income, right? Or if you think that you want to get a side job or a second job or a third job, or you need to work the weekends, whatever it is, you have to increase your income at the end of the day. Number 3, you have to decrease your expenses. Now, I get the fact that no one wants to eat beans and rice, like Dave Ramsey said, when you're trying to just establish yourself in life, right? You want to hang out with your friends. You want to have a nice cocktail or have some beer or have some drinks or or just go on a vacation, with your feet up or whatever. But at the end of the day, when you're trying to, gain stability in your life, you have to go through these losses in order to get 2 steps ahead, essentially. So yeah, you got to figure out a way to decrease all unwanted expenses until you're able to save, until you can start having net income to save money. So yeah, you can't eat out, you can't go out on the weekends, no vacations. You got to really be very focused and disciplined in order to cut your expenses down to be able to make more money. So now another point is you need 6 months of reserves. Now, once you have that second or third job, or once you have decreased your expenses at the lowest amount they can get to, you want to start saving for 6 months of reserves. Now, what does this mean? It means that if you were to quit both your jobs right now, or your one job right now, could your savings last you for 6 months without you ever getting a job, right? So could it pay for all your housing, rent, food, transportation, etc., without you working a job? So you need to establish that first. That gives you a sense of security in yourself, and it gives you some comfortability to know you have control over your life. So you have to make sure that you focus on getting that done, getting 6 months of reserves in your bank account. The next point here is you got to figure out why you're saving money. Why do you want to save money? Because you can't, in order to budget for a goal or for something you're trying to do, you got to understand the motivation behind why you're saving money. Because you can just say, oh, I want to save money for, a house or whatever it may be, and then 2 months down the road you fall off track. So you really got to be motivated to save for a particular goal after you save your 6 months of reserves. So because it helps you to be in line with your budgeting and also the time that you allocate towards the things you're going to do in your life. So you really want to think about your vision, your goals for the next year, 2 years, 5 years, maybe 10 years, and how you see yourself, and make sure that you're budgeting towards that. So understanding the why. So if you say, look, I saved my 6 months of reserves. All right, perfect. That's good. And then you say to yourself, look, I want to save for a house. Fine. You got to understand the qualifications to save for a house. Now, if the qualifications are, I got to save 5% for a deposit, right, to go take out a conventional loan. So the 5% of, let's say, the average home price right now that I've seen is $400,000. So if it's $400,000, how much do you got to save? You have to save $20,000. You got to save another $5,000 for closing cost fees. So you need to save $25,000. So now you got to save $25,000. So then you put a budget together to save the $25,000. If that's you spending, extra $200 a month or $500 a month or $1,000 a month or whatever the case may be, you say I'm gonna save that $25,000 over the next 2 years to make sure I qualify for a conventional loan. Now you may be able to put down 3.5% if you go FHA. So 3.5% of $400,000 is what? It's about $13,000. So you can save the $13,000 in a shorter period of time that can allow you to buy a house quicker than normal. I digress. But at the end of the day, once you understand what you're trying to save for, you can put together a budget for that particular thing you're trying to save for. Or if let's say you want to open up a business, or you want to start a retail store, or you want to get into the jewelry business, or you say to yourself, look, I want to increase my position in my company, but I need this particular license or this particular certification in order to do so. So therefore, what you got to do is you got to use that money, you just save money and invest into that. And at the end of that certification, you're going to make another $50,000 a year, $100,000 a year, $200,000 a year. You know that because you have the certification now. So you have to assess where you see yourself and where you want to go with the money that you're going to invest. Right? So goals and visions are important. Understand your why, then you can put together a budget for yourself. And the last thing is you really want to save for retirement. Your retirement is critical. So after you have your 6 months of reserves, after you figure out how much you're going to allocate towards your goal each month, right? The third part is you got to save a little bit of money for your retirement every single week. Now, if you already have a 401k or a Roth IRA, you're good. Some jobs have it, so you don't have to stress about it so much. But if you don't have that, you need to put together a little bit of money for that. $100 a week, $150 a week. You know, you got to do that so you can give you peace of mind. So therefore, at the end of, you know, at the end of your work career, when you're 65, you have money saved that you can, you know, go out there and live a life. You don't want to be working in your 60s. Who the fuck want to be working in their 60s? I don't want to work in my 60s. I want to be chilling. You know what I'm saying? I would love to work in my 60s. But I mean, at my own discretion, though. I don't want to be forced to work out of necessity. So therefore, what you got to do is, all you got to do now is, so now your life is smooth now. You have your 6 months of reserves. You have the money you want to reinvest into your goals. So now you're budgeting properly. Then the third step is you're saving for your retirement. Now you're in a good place and your life is better. You can avoid poverty that way. Nonetheless, if you like this video, check out my other video right here and to get more informative content just like this. Until the next time, go big or go home.